Hi there. Welcome, and thank you for coming along. Um, a quick one. I just wanted to say, I thought to myself last night as I was posting the video about the sauna and the peculiar dream and blah blah blah, and I was like, do I really want to post that? you know, um, and um, and I just went ahead and did it, and I thought, oh, whatever, we'll just go for it. And you know, um, as I was walking this morning, I was reminded of the time when I did a little series called Starting from Scratch, which was a series of audio recordings. And I was in not a rock and a hard place. I was just um, me and you know an artist and doing my very best to make ends meet, which was very difficult. So instead of focusing on what is and the lack, so much of what I speak about, what I did was start writing almost from the future, if I remember correctly. No, it wasn't. I wasn't writing from the future. That's what I did with my students. What I was doing was writing in third person. So I would talk about what was going on and talk about the things that I loved. And I was foreshadowing the future essentially, talking about how do you know what, to be honest, I can't remember exactly, but what I know, what I do remember very fondly is that one of the things that I was focusing upon was my quote unquote job, and that included traveling and meeting different people all the time, and having a blast, of course. And so I was doing this starting from scratch, and this certainly isn't a plug to go and listen to it. It's just there. But the reason why I bring that up is because what I was writing came to be, not before I was near homeless. It was funny, actually, not funny now, not funny then. I had landed a job in Tuscany. I was living in Bratislava at the time. Landed a job in Tuscany, working as I would have been working as a plant-based chef with a team of a few others in a little sort of agro villa is what it was called. Is called, and this is not going to be quick. It's a story. And so it was really close to San Gimignano, which is a beautiful wee town. I've been to the rock town, gorgeous wine town in Tuscany. And so this was really close to that, like about a mile away. So I landed this job, and I have to tell you, being the artist that I am, I don't have a CV, and I don't intend on ever making one. And so even for that job, I thought to myself, if they're going to hire me, they have to hire me based on who and what I am. So I sent along this really fun sort of synopsis about me. And of course, I have my website, which I invited them to, I welcomed them to see, my food page and the gallery and all that kind of stuff. So literally, quite literally, what I wrote was so flowery, and it was I had done it in rainbow colors, like it was chakra colors from top to bottom. And I did get a phone call near immediately, and I spoke to the lovely owner. So it was like a family run business, and it was their, like, fairly new. They'd done it the season before, and it went real well. So they're always, looking for, or at that particular time they were looking for new chefs, and an international crew. So I would not have been the head chef by any means, but I'd have been there with some people who had far more experience than myself, working in that setting. And it was all really lovely. Like, they had a forest that supported the plant-based ness of the whole idea, that it was all self-sustainable and all that good stuff, right? It's awesome. So yeah, I sent along this very colorful synopsis of myself. I get a phone call near immediately, and I speak with the lovely lady, and she's like, "When can you come?" And so I was like, it was, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, and I was like, well, Saturday. And that's when I was thinking I could get rid of my flat and work things out and just go. And so that was it. I was gonna go. And then, long story short, in the end, it didn't feel right for me. And I mean, the money would have been fantastic because it really would have helped me, not pulling things together and borrowing from people to pay my rent, sort of stuff. So it would have been the thing that plugged the hole. And it didn't feel right. And so that fell through. It didn't happen. And neither did I have my next month's rent then. And it was all falling apart really, really fast. It did, in fact. And this is where I talk about, surrendering. Perhaps I haven't spoken about that enough lately, but I have very much so in other videos. And so I had given myself up to be on the street, and I was fine with that. In fact, I had quite a plan. I was going to carry on with starting from scratch, and that was just going to be like part of the whole thing. It was like this experiment, and I knew I wouldn't be on the street for very long. But it was yeah, I was willing to do that. Because what I wasn't willing to do was borrow any more money from anybody, and just like I was like, I've got to break this pattern. And so I was like, all right, I'm not going to tell anybody, and I'm gonna go for it, and the idea was to leave my stuff with a friend, and for a little bit, and for whatever, and then just carry on. So long story short, I ended up with a place. Never saw it. A friend was like, well, do you know what? Down the road is my partner, and he got this house that he's renting a room there, and there's a free room. And I was like, initially I was like, oh, I can store my stuff there then, that should be fine. And then I'll go to the homeless shelter. And I was doing a 21-day water fast. So I was actually very close to the end of that. So I was really like knackered, very, very tired. And I didn't see the place. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. And then when I got there, without seeing it, nothing, had no idea. I was like, I'm gonna just stay here. And we'll work it out. And so it's very forthcoming with the landlady, who's very lovely. And I don't even think we had a conversation, and I already landed my dream job, actually, which was, as I have spoken numerous times about, teaching. It was working with young people in Austria, and that led me to a summer camp in Kent, UK, at Benenden, which which is like, this prestigious school, whatever. It's fabulous. And then, I remember, I think I have shared this, but it's worth repeating because I remember being in like the mountains in close to Salzburg, and I had done all my morning stuff, and I opened the French doors to the inn I was staying at, and I looked outside, or I went outside. I stepped onto the deck, and there was, there's the mountains, and maybe I'm romanticizing it, the moon, I want to say. Maybe it wasn't a full moon, but let's just say it was. And then, I was out for a few moments, and then I because it was cold, and then I came back inside and I sat on the bed, and I was like, I did it. I did it. Of course, and that's a law of attraction. That's why I talk about these things, So actually coming back to these videos, because yesterday I was like, am I posting this really? And I went for it. I was like, I'm just going to do it. I won't share it anywhere. I'll just, post it. It's one of those videos. And there's a lovely comment below. Thank you, doctor. That is really nice, really lovely. But I already decided that I'm going to keep doing these videos, and I do them because they're fun. I like to, and someone's going to benefit. I do think so. And but otherwise, I do them for me because I'm writing my future. So yeah, starting from scratch. I eventually stopped doing that because I couldn't keep up with it, because I was always on the road and teaching, and that was, oh my God. I've talked about this numerous times, how much I loved and love my students, the students, my teachers, teachers to me, how that was such an enriching experience, and still is for the few that I am in touch with. It was such a life altering thing. So, when people, so I didn't take the job in Tuscany. And ultimately I knew that, it was not about Tuscany. I would be working in a place with a bunch of people, and I knew it was going to be like a 10-hour work day. You're kind of on, on all the time, and I'd be sharing a room with somebody, and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, in hindsight, I was like, oh, wow, didn't I do that in Crete? When I moved out there, thinking that, oh, I'm going to get this, Greek Cretan experience, and it was dealing with tourists from the UK, where I had just left, and wherever it was like, okay, it's sunny outside, but I had zero time to enjoy any of that until I quit my job a month after I got there. And so I was like, in hindsight, I was like, I skipped that whole thing. And then, and that I surrendered and just let it all go, and was willing to be homeless. This incredible door opened up, and there I was teaching, got right back on my feet, and it was phenomenal. It was absolutely, it was best experience of my life, one of. And so now here we are, and I'm doing these videos, and I'm doing them because for me, just like when I did the audios. And when I it's just like I was saying to someone the other day, fiercely love the person who is giving you strife and is your trigger. And it's not like you need to go and be in their space and love them as they're putting you down or whatever, but they are your trigger to rise. And when you can fiercely love them, they rise too. Now, when they don't accept your love, well, it just it actually they keep themselves in a lower vibration, let's just put it that way. And it's actually hurtful for them. But when they don't accept, whether they do or don't accept your love, your good feelingness towards them, and this is not again a physical thing, it's an etheric, in space sort of thing. You're sending love, whatever, through your thoughts, and whether they do or they don't, your love always comes back to you. It's the way, so it's not karma. I don't wish to call it that, but you're always going to receive what you're projecting. So why not just project goodness, and so that to say, here I am, and I do these, and I love doing this. It's fun. I feel childish. It's great, and and I wish for you to be in that sort of state, in greatness, in childlike joy and fun, and traversing, thriving in life. And what is, and I say it often, but like, what is the future but the present totally lived? And when we're in joy in the present moment, that is what's predicting or foreshadowing the future. That's why I say milk it for all it's worth. So I'm done. I wish you a wonderful day, and God bless you. Bye for now.